grassroots approach to solving childhood obesity. Childhood obesity is a prominent public health issue that Chicago is experiencing.
Many children in Chicago experience obesity since early years of schooling and increase as they reach pre-adulthood. A study from Northwestern School of Medicine, in collaboration with the Chicago Department of Public Health, suggests that a higher portion of child obesity is in 6th grade. Also, the study highlights that child obesity is significantly high in low-income communities, such as Roseland with the highest of 56%, Englewood with 55%, and North Landale with 46%. These communities not only have the highest child obesity rate, but these communities are also food deserts. The problem in these communities is the lack of access to healthy food. The map below illustrates how groceries and supermarkets are distributed in Chicago area. Red show high access and blue show low access to food. As we can see, there are many areas in the south and west sides of the city with low access to healthy food.
Community gardens could be a solution. By implementing community gardens, they will provide fresh food to the community as well as nearby schools. The gardens will require grassroots efforts to accomplish. This encourages the students for an active lifestyle through gardening and healthy eating habits.
Community garden-based projects have begun as early as the 1900s in response to the need for food during historical events such as World War I and World War II. Based on the success of these projects, an increase in support for funding in the city of Chicago kickstarted the American Community Garden Association. In other cities such as Detroit, Michigan, the Greening of Detroit project not only provided opportunities for fresh food, but as well as employment and educational opportunities.
The city of Chicago presents a unique opportunity with regard to scouting locations for community gardens. The Dollar Lot program allows members of a community to purchase lots on their block or an adjacent lot on another block for just $1. That's correct, $1. Many of these lots are excellent candidates for community gardens, and many are near schools, meaning they are uniquely positioned to aid in the fight against childhood obesity.
Now, how to get started with gardens in your local community. First, organize a group or committee to carry out the project. Otherwise, you may contact local municipal planners to establish local laws regarding land use agreements. Also, it's important to know whether the land in your community is usable for gardening. Then, your group can designate areas in order to start planting those gardens. Here's some things to think about before getting started. First, it takes up a lot to set up a garden, so consider what materials you need and how much of them you'll need in order to begin. Also, think about who in your community can gain a lot from getting involved, such as residents from low-income houses, as well as already existing community development groups.
While a community garden is certainly about strengthening community involvement and offering a forum for community engagement, you may not have to go at it alone. Consider the support of a sponsor. Not only can sponsors help erase funding gaps, but the use of a sponsor can allow community gardens to provide additional resources such as youth employment.
Rooftop gardens in schools are good examples to combine the solution of food access and education together. Schools using land on school property to create gardens such as rooftops and greenhouses. It is a good way to maximize the utilization of land, to provide healthy food for children, and teach children how to live a healthy lifestyle. In New York City, the program called Brown's Machine has been using this for several years. The Gary Common Youth Center serves community members ages from 8 to 80s who contribute and partake in the Green Roof Gardens learning programs and activities throughout the year. It produces 1,000 pounds of fruits and vegetables every year. The center also provides several classes related to green agriculture for students to a green career.
There are some community gardens have been done before, such as the Peterson Street Project. It offers classes that teach families about making healthy meals. The Denver Urban Garden has partnered with schools to create after-school programs that educate children on gardening and healthy eating. The South Central Farm, which is located in Los Angeles, California, it is considered to be the largest community garden in the United States. It is divided into 360 plots, and the garden is a food source for over 350 families. Community gardens also provide some opportunities in school. First, it can encourage healthy eating habits by introducing students to new fruits and vegetables. Second, it can help connect students to the environment. Finally, it can introduce philanthropy by planting roads for the hungry, which will benefit our local food bank. Education through community gardens via cooking classes will provide long-term sustainable knowledge and future development. So there we have it. Implementing food gardens within food deserts and near schools will lead to a healthy change in eating habits, a healthier lifestyle, and an overall decrease in childhood obesity.